Going excellent. Down from Sydney after a very long 9-hour commute. Nope, we flew. Yeah, let's not go into it. Very well so far. I'm very pleased with how they look on the table, and we had a very fun game against Ryan, game 1, so... Also playing Mechanicum, really living up to the Mechanicum Civil War theme. I really wanted to try and capture, like, the, I guess, like, gritty, industrial shithole nature of some Mechanicum forces as well. So I wanted to feel like a dingy sort of swamp vibe. That was really what I was trying to go after when I started doing the force. I wanted to do something different in terms of like pushing myself for like basing. So I wanted to do, I've done like a resin pour for the first time ever, which was cool and different, and I just felt like it was something that we see a lot of industrial war-torn cities and stuff, but also armies like this are still going to be clashing in isolated shitholes and doing untold damage to the environment and stuff like that. So an irradiated swampland seemed something that would be different and cool, but also still fit in with the galaxy that we're fighting in. Honestly, P3 Coal Black is my favorite color, and Pale Blue by Vallejo highlights it really well. I found two colors that I love and can play around with and modulate quite well, and sort of a force was born out of it almost. So I wanted to do, the whole concept behind the force was that it was a very broken down remnants of an initial once great Mechanicum army. So I wanted to include elements from across like the 3 separate Mechanicum banners, so that being like Cybernetica, the traditional like Order Reductor, and a Knight household. Ended up selecting an Atropos with a couple of Knight Moirax retainers, some Castellax and a Thanatar from like the Cybernetica cohort, and then the warlord of the actual force, a Magos Reductor, who is leading then Thalax, the foot troops of the Auto Reductor. The Atropos is absolutely my favorite model in the army. I think I spent at least 5 hours on the base alone. Let's call it 20 hours across the whole fucker. I feel like it's turned out quite well, so I'm very pleased. Plans for the army next, definitely I want to move on and do some Myrmidons. It's fucking cool, right? Like Priests of Destruction. So definitely want to do some of them. Probably some disposable Thralls as well. Clog the enemy guns while the Myrmidons do their work. Always working on Titans for Adeptus Titanicus, always. And also mucking around with some Empire stuff for some games we're doing 8th Ed Fantasy up in Sydney. No dual steam tanks. No. Settle down. I'm very excited for next edition of Heresy and can't wait to see what happens next.